Martes 15 de noviembre de 1994. Uno de los partidos y uno de los triunfos más especiales y más memorables en la carrera de Gabriela Sabatini. Primera ronda del Masters, el Virginia Slims Championships, último torneo profesional de Martina Navratilova y Gabi, que tiene la histórica posibilidad de ser la última jugadora en enfrentarse a la más grande de todos los tiempos. Una Gabi que venía remontando su nivel ya desde que había comenzado la segunda parte de la temporada y comenzó a trabajar con su nuevo entrenador, el chileno Juan Núñez, y buscando terminar con la mala racha de 2 años y medio sin obtener ningún título desde el Abierto de Roma 1992, donde derrotó en aquella ocasión a Mónica Seles en la final. Gabi lograría con este triunfo ante Martina encontrar la confianza que necesitaba para tener una gran semana y finalmente alzarse por segunda vez en su carrera con el título en el Masters el domingo siguiente.
She also played in one of the greatest women's matches of all time, a 5-set final against Monica Seles here at the Garden in 1990. Ladies and gentlemen, in her 10th championships appearance from Argentina, please welcome Gabriela Sabatini. And now, this outstanding athlete has won an amazing 7 singles titles and 12 doubles championships right here at Madison Square Garden. She holds a record 9 Wimbledon crowns, and she is the winningest prize player of all time, male or female. Ladies and gentlemen, from Colorado, Martina Navratilova.
That's Martina Navratilova, apparently. Yes, it is. I recognize her now. Now, that was a lot of applause, and well-deserved. And people who will have told you they were here 10 years from now will say they gave her a standing ovation of 10 minutes. Well, it was 40 seconds, and really that is a lot of applause. And Martina is beloved here, but so is her adversary, Gabriela Sabatini, who beat Martina here in a big one in 1987 when it appeared that Martina could win her 8th title. It didn't happen. Sabatini intruded. They are here with Sabatini and Navratilova. Now, I think, for the record, I'm going to, Virginia, pronounce Martina's name correctly. Nobody does it, and she cautioned us early in her career that nobody would be able to, and she said Navratilova was just fine, and that's what we've done. But it's Martina, with the accent on the M, Navratilova. That's the only time we're going to pronounce it correctly. And how proud her mother, Jana, and her stepfather, Mirek, who helped Jana raise her, Mirek Navratil. They're sitting at courtside, and how can they feel to hear such a welcome for their child?
They've been great supporters ever since she's played all her big matches. The year that she played at Wimbledon and won her first Wimbledon. They were there. They've been just fantastic. And for a while they came to the States, but then they decided that it really made still more sense for them to go back and live at home in Prague. I just suddenly thought of the year Martina went back to Prague as such a hero when they played the Federation Cup there, and she played for the USA. And the crowd, there was so much emotion right there, and I'm sure this might be close to the same sort of feeling. Now, I don't think this is going to be the last match Martina plays, because I think Martina is going to win this match.
Plus, she's still in the doubles. We saw her winning last night with Manon Boligraf. Here's the basic numbers, but you just cannot describe Martina in numbers, even though she has won 167 singles titles, which is on the moon when you think of this game of tennis. Not to denigrate Jimmy Connors, he holds the men's record with 109. She's up at 167, overtook Chris Evert. 162 doubles titles. It just is beyond belief. 22 professional years. At the top of the show, Virginia and I both said we first saw her in 1973 when she was a 16-year-old, and then we went through the stages with her when she found out about the pancake houses of the United States, tried to raid each and every one of them, pumped up her form, and then decided she had to get extraordinarily fit because she wanted to be a great tennis player, which she became. And here it is. There they are, the top 5. That's professional tennis. Billie Jean King and Margaret Court, of course, had many more titles, but we don't include their amateur years. And let's look away from Martina for a moment, if we can, because here she is, the pearl of the Pampas, the divine Argentine, and she is hungry. You know, in 1989, when Zina Garrison at the U.S. Open closed out Chris Evert's career by beating her, Chris, as ever, stoic. Zina was bawling and weeping and sobbing. She said, I didn't want to do it, as though somebody had accused her of murder or something like that. Well, I don't think Sabatini necessarily wants to end Martina's career, but she sure wants to further her own. They are professionals, after all. And so this is not a necessarily sentimental occasion for Gabriela. She hasn't won a tournament in 2 years, and she is very, very hungry. So we're going to return for this match to Madison Square Garden with Jane Tabor in the umpiring chair after this. You asked for it, and you've got it. Martina and Gabby. There's Jane Tabor, who has become one of the more prominent umpires in the world. She's English. Mike Morrissey, who umpired the first match, is English. My partner is English. Gee, are we going to have another revolution? We're glad to have you. You invented the game.
I guess they like
You're
to
the last English person who could play the game. But nevertheless, Virginia Wade, I'm Bud Collins, Mike Crispino, and what a time. This is one we've waited for a long time. Is it the last mile for this woman? Has she seen the chaplain? Is it all over? We're going to find out. Can she control her nerves? Can she, Virginia?
Well, that is obviously the biggest question of all. I think that in a way it's just got to be a party, her own party that she's come to, and as soon as she gets into the match, she'll relax.
Top spinner.
She's definitely going to be nervous right now. I mean, the first game becomes so important, but you need to run around and get hot, and then you start losing your nerves.
So, the Fila, strengths and weaknesses, Virginia.
Well, you have to give them both pluses on ground strokes. I mean, look at Martina's side. Everywhere she is so good, but particularly at the net, the intangibles, the mental side, the edge she's got in head-to-heads, the occasion.
She's put in her first 3 first serves. She has had 2 fine half volleys and 1 not very good. And it's 30-15.
her sleep. Perfect approach shot now, very easily. She gets it out in front of her. No, not too much fuss about it, just blocks it solidly. Prefers to go cross court on that backhand volley.
40-15. And so, the first game of the 1,650th singles match of Martina Navratilova's career has ended. Back on the living room carpet is Martina. On this rug, she is 48-9 at the Garden. 7 singles titles. The most recent, 1986. Here goes Gabby.
Oh, what a terrible omen that is, I think, for...
So who's got the nerves?
I'm quite sure that Gabby has got to be nervous too. I mean, look at that. 45 double faults in 4 matches in Philadelphia last week. And yet they said that they felt her serve was a lot better that week.
Better than what?
I don't know. All we've done is talk about her serve over the years, and it's probably got to her.
Well, you remember that quarterfinal.
She just gets sort of stuck there. The ball drops too much. She flicks her wrist. Really, it loses a bit of control, her wrist.
Of 30.
Oh, no. You know, you need to snap your wrist on the serve, but if it gets too wristy, you obviously lose a little bit of control of the ball.
Five consecutive faults. She could tie an all-time record with 8.
Yeah, how do you go about serving this second serve?
Remember that quarterfinal U.S. Open against Gigi Fernandez when she served one at 43 miles an hour. She bounced one over like a ping pong serve. All right.
And that was a really good point for Gabby. The other ball right in the corner. And, you know, maybe she got a little angry there and can use that to get over. And there's a great angle here, right from the top. Reaches up and she hit that hard. She was getting up to over 90 on her first serves. Everybody's always amazed that she's as tall as she is and has a good pair of shoulders and can't really generate more pace.
And it's 40-30.
You know, it's weird when somebody starts off serving doubles like that. Thinking of Martina right now, because she didn't get herself grooved. She comes in a pretty good shot. That's Sabatini's favorite backhand, which has also been on a leave of absence for a while.
That's such a beauty. And they're even at 1-all. After a horrendous beginning, Gabriela. 2 double faults to open with, and it's even. 1 game all.
Gabriela's such a pin-up girl for women's tennis, if I'm allowed to use that expression.
I don't know. We're going to have to check with the politically correct committee that meets here every week. We can't say she's beautiful, but I will say she's beautiful. I asked her in a press conference, do you mind if I refer to you as beautiful? She said, not at all.
No, she's wonderful. She's also a wonderful person. from Martina's point of view, I don't like to see this, the fact that Gabby's in at the net and Martina's not. Martina doesn't really want to get involved in long rallies. I think it's really safer in a way for her to risk losing some points by keeping the points short. Good pickup. You know, she doesn't really want to give Gabby a chance to settle in and play her game. She's got to keep attacking, despite the fact that the court is not very quick.
15-all.
Gee, the audience is going to be hoarse if they keep this yelling up. Well, it was close, but it was a slightly late call. That's what is the off-putting thing.
Well, Cease Niemanen called fault loud and clear. So it's second ball.
Neither of them is quite settled in yet.
I think the nerves have gone, though.
I don't think they've quite gone. They need a few more games.
You would know better than I. You've been there. I would be all nervous. Woo! 2 games to 1. Navratilova. Gabriela Sabatini, who began, it seemed disastrously, but a couple of opening double faults didn't mean a thing. She held her serve. It's 2-1, net cord. 2-1 for this woman.
Yeah, that just played right into Martina's hands there.
15. Oh! No.
Just out.
A shade wide. Martina looking very sharp to me.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oakland tournament helped her immensely. Getting to the final, barely losing it to Sanchez Vicario.
Led by a set and 4-1.
Yep. Serve for it in each set.
But had all those tough matches before.
She was being pushed around by everybody. Marketa Kokta, Debbie Graham, Amy Fraser, barely escaping with her life, but they hardened her. Boom!
That's a good shot. The approach shot wasn't really quite deep enough there. But as you say, I think she's playing hitting the ball very sharp. You know, she should have really got this way onto the baseline. It really gave Gabby a chance.
30-15.
Craig Carden was saying that he felt Martina was hitting the ball just great, just depended on her nerve.
The sneak.
Definitely the way to handle some of these looping topspin balls from Sabatini. Just sneaks in. She took it quite low, but she can handle anything.
From anybody. Too many of these players let Celis's loopers bounce instead of taking them out of the air. All 1-2. Just begun. Gabby to Martina.
Oh,
There's
no.
number 3 and a break point.
I just don't like to see her struggling this much on her serve. I mean, right there is the, she just doesn't quite get it going, quite get the continuity of the swing.
30-40.
She took that one nice and early, just lost control of the ball off her strings. So I think Gabby a little lucky to be deuce.
Except for Sabatini's 3 double faults, this has been an extremely well-played match.
Slightly nervous laugh there from Martina. She still hasn't quite relaxed.
So Gabby has weathered a break point. 2 games all. And we talked about Gabby, about playing Martina. What's it going to be like?
I look forward to the match. I mean, I love to play against her. I don't know, I find it very exciting. We always play great matches. And I know it's going to be tough because this is her last tournament, but I also feel that, you know, hey, I have the chance to play against her before she retires, you know, and it's good.
Love 15.
That's such a great point she just made. Well, 2. First, they do have wonderful matches, these 2 together. They've had a lot on all surfaces, on clay, on hard, on indoors. But it is a privilege, really, to be playing Martina just before she goes off the scene. They haven't played for over a year.
Woo. Last time they played Los Angeles, which would have been summer of '93, it was Martina 6-1, 6-1.
Yeah, but that was a very unusual score. I mean, Martina's won 15 out of 20 times against her, but for a while, around the 90s, right around 89, 90, 91, 92, they sort of switched wins.
1988, the Family Circle Cup, Hilton Head. That was a dandy. Martina 6-4 in the 3rd on clay.
There was also one where she won Love and 2 on clay. So most of them have been close. They have such contrasting styles, and that, I suppose, if you're watching a tennis match, is really what you're looking for. Bad luck. It's a very short second serve that Martina threw in there. She was working quite studiously on her serve, along with Billie Jean King, who's been helping her in the last few years, just before the match. Now, Martina is an incredibly good person to teach, because if you told her to hit something a certain way, she does it.
Point for Sabatini. So it is 3-2. Navratilova missed out on her break point in the 4th game and succumbs to the first one of Sabatini's in the 5th. So down to Mike Crispino.
Bud, we're here with Billie Jean King. You were renowned for mental toughness, and I know you were out there with Martina before practicing. Were you working on mental aspects of the game at that point?
Well, Craig Carden, who's her full-time coach, and I have worked with her for 6 years now. And so we all have our little own language among the three of us. And we have cues about the mental part of it. For instance, if she got racing because she was getting nervous because tonight's a huge occasion, she has to remember to breathe, slow down. And one of the ways we'll say breathe in your nose and out your nose once before each serve, and that way you know that you've been settled. Those are the kind of things you do work on if considering the situation. She's excited. She wants to do well here. She wants to win this tournament, but she knows she's got to take one ball, one moment at a time. And Craig and I are there just to remind her now. I mean, we've been through so much together, the three of us. We've had a pretty magical threesome, really. We've always gotten along and worked well together, and I know for Craig and me it's going to be very difficult.
You obviously had to play a final match. Everyone does who eventually retires. Do you remember it? What happened?
I played probably one of the worst matches of my life. I lost to Andrew Yeager at the semifinals at Wimbledon, but I was 39, and I think getting to the semis wasn't all bad at that age, and I wanted to have gratitude and appreciation for that. But more importantly, it's the friends you meet anyway. That's one thing you start to realize is the quality of your friendships that you've had through meeting different people along the way while you've played. But as long as you give it your best and can look in yourself in the mirror when you're older and say, did I give it 100%? I think Martina's going to be able to answer that pretty easily.
All right, thanks, Billie Jean. Bud, remember that. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and easy. Back to you.
I think I've got it, Mike. Thank you.
No, but Billie Jean has always been so good on the mental attitude and playing one ball at a time.
In the now moment, she calls that. And neither she nor Martina will ever have to worry about not having done as much as they might have.
No. Understatement of the night.
And that's number 4. They haven't hurt her yet, though.
Is struggling to find her rhythm. She isn't quite in control of her game. I think her mind is still somewhat addled. I mean, it's not surprising. She had a big space to hit that forehand volley, and it was a more serious point. She didn't try to do too much. She just did what she had to do.
30 all.
Now, these are the key sort of moments. A second serve at 30 all. See whether she can take hold of this game.
Ooh. And she has a break point again.
Much better. It was a difficult return. She guts it out, and she just hung on in on that forehand volley. shot. And she saw the opening and she hit it very well.
3 games all.
What I was watching on her serve earlier was that she was trying to get her weight a little bit more onto her back leg so that she had more thrust into the ball.
It's long.
She's still very conscious of every point she's playing. She's not really an automatic gear yet.
That's going long. It's love 30.
Certainly Sabatini has come out tonight with a very good backhand down the line. Look at this return right there. And it was a fairly ordinary shot from her. It wasn't anything that she outplaced herself. Both missing some opportunities. You know, in the last 2 years that Gabby has really struggled, one of the things that's been missing is her backhand. You know, she always had that fantastic backhand down the line.
Ooh, like that, but she misses.
At least we've seen signs of it. When Martina really gets that serve wide into the left court, into the ad court, the return almost has to go down the line. Almost nobody can get it cross court.
Woo, net court, it's good. Martina ate up one of those net court balls, but that caught her off balance.
Yeah, it's hard to tell whether she thought this one was going out. She certainly took it rather a big swing at it and completely lost control of the ball.
She felt the ball was in the net, I think, because she didn't start at all. It's break point. What a return! And Sabatini up the break once again. 4 games to 3. We will return to see if Gabby can capitalize. Now here's Gabby.
Well, her backhand has been okay today. It's not the best I've seen it. In the middle there, and then just a sensational rally. Chase that. Look how fast she still is. She gets that back, and then this one looked like the easy shot, and she missed it. But at least, you know, as she's going for topspin backhands, that should keep her loose.
15 love. Whoa,
no.
Whoa, whoa. Gabby won this title in 1988. Strongest game in the match.
Yeah, Martina did the right thing and was just beaten by a better shot. 3 points for 5-3.
That's 5. $40-15 was 40 love. And 5-3 now is Sabatini's lead. So, Mike Despino.
But we're here with Hanna Motlikova, who in 1985 had a memorable match against Martina. I know you didn't forget that. It went to 7-6 in the third set.
Of course, I never forget that because it was one of my best matches, and I was lucky at the end to win it.
You are coaching Jana Novotná this year, and the last couple of years, as a matter of fact, she had a pretty good match in the first round tonight.
Yeah, it was very tough. Jana played Eva last time in Essen and was a little bit more easier, but I think Eva played very well, very high percentage of first serves today, so it was very difficult for Jana to come in. And also Jana's serve was a little bit, you know, she sometimes when she gets tight, she let the ball drop a little bit on the serve, so we have to still work on that.
And your assessment of Martina so far, who's down now in this first set?
Oh, I thought she's 15 years old again.
Did you imagine playing at her age?
No. No, not me. I think it's only, you know, like Jimmy Connors. There is only one Jimmy Connors and one Martina Navratilova, and that happens only once in 20 years, and I think it's tremendous.
Bud, that about sums it up. Back to you in Virginia.
Well, thank you, Mike and Hanna. Hanna inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame this year, and memorable spinning volley on match point to beat Martina in the 1985 U.S. Open out at Flushing Meadow.
But also inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame.
I held the door for her, and I was honored to do it.
The thing about that stands out to me in Martina's career is that through all these matches, she's always gone in with full attention, full dedication. It's never as if she's just said, oh, I don't feel like playing today. There've never been any bad patches, really. I mean, she struggled at times with little aspects of her game, but they've never been what I would say one terms of slump or slump in desire to play.
Martina has a question for umpire Tabor.
No, she's great, but she's slow.
Tabor in the chair. Well, you're giving away 14 years. You got to be careful using that drop shot.
Really not a bad idea right there, though, but it just so happened that Gabby was very quick to spot it.
40-30. And deuce. And Gabby 2 points from set.
You know, Martina's been remarkable always with her serve, that she can serve with any amount of spin, slice, topspin, flat to any point in the service box. And that was a good choice of serve. I think that's a better choice of serve, trying to spin it into Gabby's body if she swings it away from her body to the backhand, that's playing really into Gabby's favorite area.
So Gabriela Sabatini will serve for the first set when we bring you back to Madison Square Garden. Welcome back to the Martina melodrama. As Gabriela Sabatini, the party of the second part tonight, be also here, even though she's a brilliant player who won this tournament in 1988 and the U.S. Open across the river in 1990. Gabby is the big O tonight, the opponent. But the opponent is winning, and she serves for the first set.
Good first serve by Gabby.
Sneaky little hook, wasn't it?
Yeah, because this is the game where she could really get edgy on her serve. Serving for the set.
It's good.
Oh, that is so good. You know, Martina did everything right. She came in, she hit behind Gabby. Just wondered a couple of times whether Martina pulled up as if she might have just slightly strained, I think maybe in the groin area.
Left.
Top of the leg. I know that the trainer is standing right behind the umpire there, but she hasn't made any major move to attend, nor has Martina made any fuss.
Wow. And here are 3 set points lined up for Sabatini.
And really, the court is just playing too slowly. You can just tell right here, Martina's trying to assert herself and come in. She isn't quite getting enough depth and being passed quite comfortably.
Service winner, and Sabatini is halfway towards spoiling the evening, at least for thousands here.
The serve was so good. Well, I don't know. You just watch Craig Carden, Billy, the parents right behind.
Those are the parents, Myrek, second row right, and Jana. Mike Crispino, a physical report, please.
Well, Bud, one of the Navratilova group came back looking for the primary health care provider, whose name is Kathleen Stroya, when they sensed that perhaps something had happened to Martina, a slight pulled muscle or something of that nature. And Kathleen Stroya, who is in a yellow sweater, yellow pants, just in the area where the players enter the court from, is standing by right now. She has no indication if there is anything of any serious nature going on, but she's going to stand by just in case between games when they change over again, whether or not Martina has sustained some kind of an injury. Right now, it looks like she's back to form, but we will find out more as we move along.
Well, you know, the court, as we've been saying, it's a brand new court this week, and it's a little slower. And the reason it is slower is because it's a little more, there's a little more traction in the court. Now, that immediately means that you grab more with your feet, and so if you stop suddenly, you might just tweak something if you don't get it quite right. But Martina has virtually never had an injury.
It's 15-30, 30 all in a very important opening game of the second set. Kathleen Stroya.
G Nation, the WTA Tour Director.
Kathleen is the trainer and the head of the WTA's squad of trainers, masseurs, masseuses. And has a very fine education.
The people who work for the women's tour are really so good. Oh, that's
so a break point, and that's the old Gabby backhand. You don't know where it's going. There it's inside out.
Yeah, then that was more than down the line, as you say, inside out, just really good, and Gabby knows what her job is today.
A miss hit that may help her.
Just thinking of Martina and her physical conditioning. Right in the early days when she was carrying a little bit of extra weight, I remember she had a sore shoulder, but since then virtually nothing. I mean, I know she sprained an ankle badly a couple of years ago playing basketball. And those things are going to happen. You're going to have the odd hurt, the odd injury, but nothing that is chronic. She's got an amazing body. No, she waited for it. Gee, but watching her practice, Billie Jean was out there saying, close in on the volley, close in. And that one, she just waited till it dropped. With as much, just look at this, look how low down it gets. It's almost behind her.
And she knows it.
A little extra oomph on that serve.
She did have that knee surgery in 1990, Virginia. It kept her out of this tournament to clean out the knees. But she felt that gave her 3 or 4 more years on her career.
That's right, she did. But it didn't really inhibit her playing too much.
No. Woo! Third deuce. Longest game of the evening.
Well, regrettably for Martina, Gabby's backhand is really in pretty much tip-top form. It was such a good serve.
That cord, that will help Gabby, but not enough.
Well, I haven't seen anybody hit a decent shot when the balls hit the tape. They must be taking a lot of spin off the net.
Navratilova, acting as though she'd lost the game for some reason, survives 2 break points and has the first game, second set. At the changeover, Navratilova trying to stretch. It appeared, Virginia Wade observed that the left thigh had a problem. That's long. That's long. Sabatini leading 6-4, love 1. Even though she double faulted 5 times in the first set, didn't really hurt her. It led to the only break of her serve. A double fault did. There's 6.
It's not as if when she serves a double it particularly looks bad.
She opened the match with 2 double faults, but Martina was not able to jump on her. It looked as though Martina could get a good start.
She seems to me to be trying to get the toss a little bit higher, and sometimes she just mistimes it. No, that's all right. you know, she's got a new coach this year. She's had a few changes of coaches over the last number of years, and she's now with Juan Nunez, and he's a very likable, friendly guy, and I think he's actually remotivated her a little bit. But she was a lot on debit on that serve. That's a good shot. She plays a very good point here. You see, she still tends to fall backwards a bit when she hits the forehand, but was very quick to recover and move into the volley position.
30 all. That's wide, and a break point.
Yeah, and you know, that was the best looking serve I feel she's hit the entire match, and she got almost
kind of a fluky return.
Yeah. Just watch this one. She really goes up after it. Yeah, a mishit return.
Oh, that was unusual to approach from the backhand cross court, and Navratilova has a 2-games-to-none lead.
Yeah, she suddenly hits that very early and really stabs at it.
There's the numbers, Virginia.
Well, net points, only 19 out of 32. That's really quite costly.
No. I wonder what the unforced errors were. We didn't get those. (10-8). Martina with 2 more. Boom.
Actually, I think Gabby has played as well in these last 2 games as she has all the way through the match.
I haven't seen her play this well in a long time.
Well, you know, sometimes you have a feeling she's a little lumbering on the court, and she's very much more agile tonight. Very quick to anticipate, to pick up the right thing to do. You see right there, I mean, she made a very quick decision which way she was going to go, and that's the sort of ball that when you've run all that way up, you suddenly don't know what to do. Sabatini way up on winners, 20 winners to Martina's 11. She's really mostly been in the passing shot category. Martina's approach shots not quite sharp enough, not quite deep enough.
And Gabby now has her breakpoint opportunities.
And over the years, Martina has been such a speedy player, and only literally in the last maybe 2 years has she lost any of her velocity, and you could tell in that last volley she wasn't there quite as fast.
And a good low return, so they're even on serve. Navratilova leading 2-1, and the melodrama will go on.
We're here with Rosie Casals courtside, and you played until you're 37. What are some of the problems of dealing with someone who's 14 years younger than you?
Well, I don't think that's Martina's problem, really. I mean, I've seen her play so well. I mean, I saw her play in Oakland. She was playing great. And right now, Sabatini is playing very, very well. And I'd like to see Martina serve a little bit better and be more aggressive, because that's the difference.
What about this crowd? This is a nervous crowd. They're more nervous than Martina, I think.
I think it's an exciting moment to see history. Martina's last event, it's is terrific, and I feel a little bit sorry for Sabatini playing under the conditions, but she's doing a great job. She's playing very, very well.
Nobody wants to let Martina go, do they?
I don't think so. I think certainly women's tennis and tennis in general is going to miss her very much. I know I will.
All right, Rosie Casals, Bud Collins, back to you in Virginia Wade.
Thanks, Mike, with the Rosebud, the wonderful Rosie Casals. Ooh, she blew it.
And that's just what we were saying in the changeover, Bud, you and I, that we just felt that Sabatini was really playing some of the best tennis out here tonight. And that Martina looks to me as if her mind is still somewhat distracted. A very big occasion.
Boy, that was a shot for love 30, but it's 15 all. Hits the baseline, but it doesn't matter.
What a shot. Well, this is a very glamorous shot. I mean, Martinez is in a little bit of trouble. Sabatini's ball just was tremendous.
30,
Basic
15, and there are the backhand winners. Look at that edge.
basic topspin backhand lob. Don't we all have that?
Yeah.
How's yours?
It's in storage right now.
I never had one.
That's number 7.
Again, the double fault really wasn't a major disaster for her.
No, she has double faulted 7 times and yet hasn't felt a pinch.
Well, that's not a good
Very slow response from Navratilova there. Didn't move her feet. And 2 games all.
I mean, really, Martina needs to lift her game in all directions and somehow just play. I think there are too many other things going on in her mind, and when you get very nervous, your mind can just turn to a fog.
Hits the line.
Oh, was that in?
Just the edge of the line.
You know, you go through all the motions, you serve, you play the points, you know what the score is, but yet you don't really have full attention because you're nervous. It's too good again. I actually thought, I was expecting Martina to get into this match more than she has.
Well, Gabby's flying. And here is the point of the evening here. Martina, who held her serve, opening game of the match, watched Gabby double fault twice to love 30, but did not pounce. Martina lost her serve to 2-3, broke Gabby right back, but since then it's been all Sabatini. First set went to her, 6-4. Martina needs this point bad. She faces 2 more break points.
Not into top gear at all. Martina and Gabriela playing spontaneous, good tennis.
One save.
Just emphasized how few and far between those easy points are for Martina. That one was just perfect.
Another huge point for Martina. 2 games all. Second set, down a set. Break point. 5th break point of the set. Ooh. Women to the net within the point.
Yeah, her best backhand of the night.
She went for it as a champion does, knowing she had to have it.
Got a little help from the net, but she deserves it.
It's still trouble. It's deuce from 1540.
And for Gabby, when she's had a lead and then lets it go, the crowd goes crazy for Martina. So that's a double whammy against Sabatini.
Looked like an ace from some seats, but it was clearly wide. What a lollipop that was.
Yeah, just a very tentative point from Martina, from the soft serve to hitting the ball shorter and shorter. And Gabby hitting it deeper and deeper and ending up with pretty powerful overhead. Gabby's been choosing the right times to come in fairly selectively, but she's been right when she has come in.
A second deuce.
Big game, this.
Well, is this going to be a popcorn ball?
Well, her last couple of second serves have been 61, 64. That was short, 65.
She got it. They had another break point.
Yeah, Martina's really tight in the backhand. She's getting later and later as she hits it. It's getting shorter, and Gabby's playing too well to miss those.
Break point. Third of the game.
She's got to take some chances, Martina.
They're at 2 games all. Second set. Gabby has the first. She didn't hit the volley very strongly, and Sabatini has a winning lead at 3 games to 2. The melodrama is sagging.
Martina Moments are brought to you by Yonex 110%.
So many of these joyous moments have ticked off right here in her living room. The carpet of Madison Square Garden, 1986, beating Steffi Graf, Martina's 7th championship. Is there one more to come?
Great Martina Navratilova.
Now we ask, is there one more victory to come? She's down a set. She's down a break. And Sabatini, for her, the proposition is to hold 3 times. But it could be a big proposition.
Well, just in this point right here, Gabby has got a little tight herself as she's been hitting the forehand. So she's also got a lot of nerves here. I mean, you know, it's easy to get within sight of victory, and it's not that easy to finish it off.
Martina led 2-0 in this set, breaking Sabatini in the second game.
Oh, Martina really needs to keep putting some sort of pressure on Sabatini to give Sabatini a chance to get edgy. Make your opponent play the ball. Yeah, she had to go for a big one, you know, because she was getting tight on the serve, not the power, so she had to just take a chance there.
8 double faults, but not pained really by that awful experience.
Oh, Martina, no, again, I mean, that was such a chance for her. Second serve, Gabby getting definitely somewhat shaky right at this moment. You know, you go through these moods in a match, you go through periods when you do get a little nervous, and hopefully you survive them. There's sort of several crises in a match. It's not just when you get to match point that you get nervous.
On the line. Well, Gabby had 2 famous collapses. That was a striper.
Whoa, these serves have been a real struggle in this game.
Oh, net cord. It's caught by Iggy Fortescue-Snow. A let. She is the net judge, and second ball to come. Ooh. Sort of a sneak volley. She was caught in no woman's land, but made the winner.
Yeah, this ball is a little bit higher, and Martina in better position there. She hasn't been allowed to hit too many great volleys.
Ooh, another striper. And another game point.
Sabatini still able to go for some big shots off the ground strokes. Very tense out here, isn't it? I mean, the whole crowd.
Uh-oh. Boom! Skyhook!
A better point from Martina. She's done this so well, Gabby. The topspin lob off the backhand, but that one wasn't quite as deep.
Boost for a second time. Too short.
Gabby's first serves are in the 70s. At the moment, she was serving, you know, close to 95 miles an hour earlier in the match.
A third point for a 4-2 lead. Draper. And another deuce for 3 of them. Well, is this game Martina's last stand? She can break, she's still in it. If she can't, she's down a set, and she's down 4-2. She has repelled 3 game points. Net court. Almost at the scoreboard, but Gabby is there. Martina pulled off the overhead. She might have hit, let it bounce.
The last 4 points have been won on overheads. Now that one, gee, Gabby did well to get that back, but look where she puts the ball, a foot inside the baseline, and then she's very brave to take that overhead in the air.
But Martina should have hit the overhead. A 4th point for a 4-2 lead. A 4-2 lead, and the folks who came for a good cry may be going to get it.
Well, they know that Martina just hasn't been able to liberate herself out here tonight on the court and just play with any freedom. She's been locked by her fear or by the occasion.
Now it is must-hold time, and will this be the last serving game for her in singles? Ooh.
That was a good serve too. Martina's favorite serve out to the left court, the swinging slice, hasn't really paid off today. Gabby's backhand has been just too good.
Oh! That's the approach that Martina had crossed Gabriela up with earlier, but Gabby, what a reach for the angle.
She didn't really get there with her feet, but she sure made up with her racket.
15-30.
Look at that. Just about twice as many winners. A better serve from Martina, right close to Gabby.
all. Sabatini, who has not won a tournament since the Italian Open 2 years ago, in a long slump, but will she be remembered as the one who shot Bambi? It's out. Oh, a delayed call.
Yeah, it's not often that Sabatini is the bad guy out there, is it? It's going to be awfully difficult for Sabatini if it does get close to finish this match off. Oh, that's a good shot.
Not a very good approach. People came knowing they were going to be nervous and sweat it out, and they've tried to pull this woman to victory, and she has tried like anything.
But this may be the finish. Ooh, that looks like the old Martina. The gliding backhand volley.
You know, she's come up with a few much sharper shots in the last 2 games. Much quicker to anticipate that and react.
That was an express train coming through. Martina ducked and saved her nose.
Wasn't a bad idea to go straight at her for a change because she does reach so well, but not a thing Martina could do.
Deuce for a second time.
Sabatini, and she has a break point to go to 5-2.
Yeah, at least she's remembering Sabatini to come into the net, but she was handed a pretty slow second serve.
57 miles per hour. Here's the break point that will just about break the back. Sneak volley, did she get it? Yes. Woo!
Too good. Gabby didn't know that Martina had come in there.
Third deuce. Oh. Martina had to use everything to propel that volley back, but Gabby with the waiting backhand. Another break point.
No, they're not there today when she needs them.
Another cream puff.
Five games to 2 for Sabatini, who will have a couple of opportunities to serve it out.
She's given herself a little bit of a cushion. All the cheering crowds, they want it to go on longer.
Three points to go.
And for Martina, it's been so difficult to really fight with all the might that she usually fights with because her game hasn't been there. She hasn't had the equipment to fight with tonight.
Imprisoned by emotion and battered by a fine Sabatini tonight.
Good shot.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well played. Super stuff from Martina. Difficult pickup there and perfect balance as she goes in for that volley.
Well, you treasure every one of these volleys you see now as they slip by grains of sand in the hourglass.
Just not making it hard enough for Gabby to create a struggle for Gabby with herself more than with Martina. Yeah, that's out.
This is career point. It's over. Weep if you will, but also salute two women. That champion, 167 titles, 9 Wimbledons, 7 Virginia Slims championships. And salute the other woman too, who brought it to a close. 6'4", 6'2" for Gabriela Sabatini. And stay for the tribute to Martina.
We are courtside with Gabriela Sabatini, who has just ended Martina Navratilova's singles career, 6'4", 6'2". And Gabby, congratulations. When the match started, the crowd seemed to be on Martina's side, as well as yours. As the match started and kept going along, the crowd got behind her, but that didn't affect you.
No, I thought it was a good match. I played very good. I was very focused. Everybody can hear now.
Martina probably was a little more nervous than you, but not at the beginning. You couldn't get it over the net on your serve.
Yeah, I know. I did a few double faults, and but I feel very good. I mean, I served very good. I did all the things pretty well, and you know, I knew it was going to be a tough one, and it's really hard. It was hard to play against Martina today because you know, I knew it was her last tournament, so you know, it was really hard.
You said before this match you wanted to play against Martina, whereas maybe other people wouldn't want to in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, I thought, well, you know, it's a big honor for me to play against Martina in the last tournament, so.
Now you'll be remembered as something of a villain, but a hero as well.
Yeah, it was fantastic to play here today. I mean, I've never played with such many people, and, you know,
They won't let you go. You're going to have to answer at least one more. Have you ever heard a crowd like this in a first round?
I hope they keep coming every day now when I play.
I think they will. New crowd favorite, Gabriela Sabatini. And congratulations on a great victory. All right, let's go to Carl Martin, the PA announcer. We have had a bit of a delay before we go to the ceremonies and the tribute to Martina Navratilova. She is not ready to come back out on court after losing to Gabriela Sabatini in her first round match of the Virginia Slims Championships. Martina came in with a record of 33-13 to this championship and hadn't really played as much as she had in previous years, and that may be one of the reasons that there were nerves. Obviously in this match she tries to keep her career alive and it doesn't work out, but when you think about the amount of tennis she has played through the years, and in the mid-'80s when she totally dominated the women's game, she did it by playing 75 and 80 matches a year. So this year, playing 46 matches, perhaps not as tournament tested as Martina needed to be to take on Gabriela Sabatini, who was at her best tonight in eliminating Martina from this championship. And the crowd now is standing by and waiting for Martina to return, as they will hang a special banner for her to commemorate her brilliant career up to the rafters among the Stanley Cup champion banners of the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, their championships, and as other numbers that have been retired here at Madison Square Garden. This banner will hang here throughout any Virginia Slims championships, any tennis events that happen here at the Garden. And we are getting set now for the ceremonies for Martina Navratilova. Let's throw it to the PA announcer, Carl Martin.
Special presentation. Serving as your master of ceremonies from Madison Square Garden Network, here is Al Troutwick.
Thank you, Carl. Good evening, everybody. It's an extreme honor to represent Madison Square Garden on this great night, filled with so many different emotions. She did it again. She gave us a day to remember. We've truly witnessed something special, an athlete who had talent and skill of the highest degree and longevity of the most admirable length. We've come to this special night at Madison Square Garden, a historic garden first. It is the occasion of the last week in the unparalleled career of the greatest woman to ever play the game of tennis. Tonight, a banner will be raised with her name on it, and for the first time in the history of the Garden, it will not have the name of a basketball player or a hockey player or a coach or a man. And when you think of that honor, when you think of that honor, just think of all the great athletes and performers who've played the Garden and don't have one. And we've come to honor the greatest female tennis athlete of all time. What's her name? What's her name? Martina Navratilova, of course. It is impossible to put her career into video, but we've tried anyway. Please direct your attention to the Garden Vision screen above the court for a little bit more on tonight's special athlete.
Yes.
Oh, that was classic. Serve and volley, Martina.
As a youngster, or young teenager really, she came over here, defected from Czechoslovakia in 1975, and she wanted to be an American all her life. And she used to walk around eating hamburgers and gaining weight and pancakes. She never stopped, didn't train, and still was winning a lot of matches. And finally, she is just the opposite today. She's a total
I mean, she could pull you out wide and then hit the backhand volley over to the other court. There's no way you're going to get over there.
She's meant a lot of things. I don't think you could say it in one sentence. She revolutionized the game, as far as I'm concerned, by her training techniques. You know, she's so physically
Is the first thing that you always notice with her, but especially in New York City, she just brings out the crowd and really, gets a lot of fans behind her. And I actually lost her in the finals in Madison Square Garden, and I think I lost in 3 sets.
Ladies and gentlemen, on her night of nights, Martina Navratilova. As you can see, Martina has the tissues ready and apologizes for being slightly overdressed. Martina, it seems very appropriate that the first person we're going to introduce at this event, because we're here to honor you for what you've done around the world, but most specifically here at the Garden, is a woman who has seen every single one of your matches played here. She's been a driving force in women's tennis and at the Virginia Slims Championship since 1979. She is the tournament director still, and her name is Ella Mussolina Alber.
Thank you, Al. Martina, are you sure you want to retire? Sadly for all of us, however, this is the very last professional singles tournament of Martina's long and illustrious career. We, of course, think it is only fitting and proper that Martina retire at the Garden, where she has won more titles than anyone. In fact, her success in women's tennis is unparalleled. Martina has won more matches, more tournaments, more money, and more Wimbledon titles than anyone. She has dominated the sport in a way no other player ever has, and for a longer period of time than any player in history. Even now, as she's preparing to retire, Martina is still ranked one of the top players in the world. Martina, it is because of you that there are more fans here tonight than any Tuesday night ever in the history of this tournament. And on behalf of the Virginia Slims Championships, I would like to thank all of you for being here this evening, and the millions also who are watching on television for sharing in a very special tribute, Madison Square Garden style, to a very special lady, Martina Navratilova, the winningest player of all time. Good luck, Martina. We will all miss you.
Martina, we're about to rev up your night. Representing Virginia Slims Tennis, Ina Broman.
Martina.
Just looking at all my friends that are all around here.
Want to take a look? Let's take a look.
They're scary.
On behalf of all of us at Virginia Slims, we want to, first of all, for all of your accomplishments on the court, applaud you. And as a great, great champion of so many causes off the court, we really do salute you. This is hard. And especially for your friendship and your loyalty, we thank you. You are a true Virginia Slims legend. And now, Martina, because of your unique style, and we know that next week, when you finally get to go home to Aspen, Virginia's, when you finally get to go home, Martina, Virginia Slims wants to make sure that you go home in a Martina style with speed.
Martina, we're told that because of fire department regulations. I know. That's the slowest that bike is ever going to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the next very special moment, and it's a special moment in Madison Square Garden history. As you know, Martina's record here at Madison Square Garden is unmatched, and they've been playing this sport here for decades. And all the greats who ever picked up a tennis racket have played here. Martina's won 7 singles titles, 11 doubles titles, and in 16 appearances at the Slims, reached the finals 12 times. She's won more than $1 million on this court alone. And Martina, we know the significance of tonight's singles match with Gabriela Sabatini, and it makes this evening, I'm sure, a lot more poignant for you and the emotions of your fans here tonight. But that's maybe the most special thing about your career, is that here at the Garden, the fans have admired and respected and cheered on virtually everything you did, because they knew of the courage, they knew how seriously you took your spot in the history of tennis. And now, because no one in the 115-year history of Madison Square Garden played the game of tennis quite like Martina Navratilova, we ask that she now join Madison Square Garden Vice President of Athletics and Entertainment, Mr. Paul Munich, who will escort Martina to the end court. In just a moment, the banner bearing Martina's name will be raised to the ceiling, and it will honor her at every Garden tennis event forever. Ladies and gentlemen, join in saluting a great champion for all she has meant to her sport, for all she has meant to Madison Square Garden. As one of the greats in the sport of tennis, she will take her place with the people this building has determined are the greats who have played here before her. She really has been simply the best. Martina's calling Billie Jean King and her coach out on the floor. Paul Munich is going to give you a memory of the evening. It's a replica of the banner that will hang here forever for all the tennis events to be played here. And now finally, the moment I guess we've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, Martina Navratilova.
Oh my God. Come here. Enjoy this moment. This is a very schizophrenic moment. I don't know if I should cry or laugh. I got blown off the court tonight by somebody that was playing in another zone, and if I had to lose my last match, I think I would rather lose it to Gabriela Sabatini than anybody else. because she's a very, very nice human being, besides being a hell of a tennis player. I wanted to bring my two coaches that I've spent the last 6 years with, suffering on and off the court, and having a lot of fun time with Craig Carden, my best male friend.
Thank you.
And Billie Jean King, without whom we would not be here. And there are also two people without whom I definitely would not be here, and that's my mother and my father. Come on out. Oh my God. There were so many times when I would play with my father and finally it got too dark. We couldn't play anymore. And then we would come home and my mother would be upset because the dinner was cold. That happened time and time again. I remember the first time I actually beat my mother because I was so excited. I was playing with Dunlop racket for the first time and I beat my mother. That was a big milestone in my career. Anyway, there are so many memories, there are so many friends that I have here that I only have because of tennis. So I have to thank tennis for my life, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful life. Oh, so many wonderful memories, so many sad ones as well. But definitely this night is one of those nights that I will remember with a very big smile on my face and on my heart. Thank you. Nice bike. That was definitely a surprise. Too bad I wanted to ride it around, but they won't allow me. But thank you, Virginia Slims. Also, without them, women's tennis would not be where it is today. And it's looking pretty good to me right now. And I would like to thank Joe Coleman also. I think he was the beginner. Joe, come on out here. He was the man that believed in women's tennis way back in 1971. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I think all my best friends flew in for the week. It was a short week, but it was wonderful to have them all here all at once. The only one that's missing is my sister. She's about to finish her exams to become a dentist in Germany, so good luck, Jana. I don't know what else to say. It's been a hell of a run for me. I've loved playing the game for so many years. I've loved playing here in the city because you guys are the best fans anywhere in the world. And I think I spoke enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will miss this game, but I'm ready for my new life. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, tennis will continue in a moment, but without a doubt, this has made everything else a tough act to follow. Thank you.
supposed to be glad? What are we supposed to do?
All of the above. It's a very, like I said, it was a schizophrenic moment. I don't know if I should laugh or cry. I started losing it when Lee Jackson came to me in the locker room, the mother of tennis. I've known her for 20 years. Most of the people that are sitting in the boxes around the court I know and I've known for 10 or 20 years, and it's pretty rough. I had to really concentrate on watching the court and not look around because I knew everybody out there. But that's how it goes.
22 years, you knew it would probably end in a defeat somewhere. Going from that wonderful little club in Yevnice outside of Prague, the clay courts, the wall where you were beating up on Billie Jean King and Margaret Court, hitting against the wall, could you have imagined that it would end up in New York City right here?
No, of course not. I mean, back then I didn't even know there was a garden, but I think one thing that I didn't expect is to play for this long, and certainly to be as successful. But mostly, what a great life I've had, and how fortunate I've been, and am now. I'm still standing here. Body's still working, and I have the rest of my life ahead of me. Hopefully, another 40 years, and can enjoy the second half of my life.
I hear people call you granny and the old lady and so on, but you're not old. 38 is not old. Could you play some more if you had to?
I certainly could. Physically, I'm in good shape, although tonight my body started falling apart on me a little bit, but I think that was more nerves than anything else. But in any case, physically, yes, I could play, but I think my heart really is in another place, and I'm ready to give up the grind. And the commitment that it takes. I've done it for 23 years, and my heart's tired. My body's doing pretty well, but the heart's pretty tired.
In these 23 years, has there been a defining moment?
I don't think so. There have been many plateaus, and then something would happen to make me jump another level. But there have been a lot. I mean, I could probably count them if I had to really think about it, but there wasn't any one time that really turned it around.
Count a couple, 2 or 3 of them then, please.
Well, playing Chris Evert for the first time and actually playing a close match.
Akron 1973.
Akron. And I thought, well, if I can do this well the first time I play her, maybe next time I can do better. Beating Nancy Richie Gunner at the French Open, and she's a top 10 player, and I did my first time out. Of course, winning Wimbledon the first time.
First time against Chris.
That was pretty easy. God, so long ago. Realizing that my life wasn't going to go on forever, and I better get my butt in gear, and really starting to commit to tennis in 1981 physically. And then I got a coach, Renee Riches, which was sort of an accident, but she helped me tremendously. Then having Mike Estep also, he was a great influence on me, and very positive influence. Surrounding myself with great people the last 6 years with Billie Jean King and Craig Carden. And there have been some more times on the court, winning the U.S. Open, first time in 83, 82, 83, 83. And there you are. There's a few already.
Well, here's a career. Take a look. It's been wonderful. We all thank you. The game.
Sin lugar a dudas, además de un triunfo enorme, un momento enorme e inolvidable. Mientras vemos este gran punto ganado por Gabriela. Y el aplauso, el reconocimiento por parte de Martina. Un partido que tuvo grandes momentos por parte de ambas, pero la magia de Gabriela fue sublime y cumplió a la perfección este gran desafío y esta histórica posibilidad que se le presentaba, ser la última jugadora en la historia en enfrentarse a la más grande tenista de todos los tiempos. Una historia de enfrentamientos que comenzó en las semifinales de Wimbledon en 1986 y que pudo haber comenzado, al menos de manera no oficial, en enero de ese año en una exhibición en Los Ángeles, exhibición ya programada y vendida, pero a último momento una enfermedad de Navratilova hizo que Gaby finalmente terminara jugando contra la estadounidense Ann White. Ahí vemos las imágenes. También vemos las imágenes del doble mixto entre Gabi y Yannick Noah frente a White junto a Ivan Lendl. Finalmente, el enfrentamiento profesional número 21 entre ambas quedó en manos de Gabi y con él el enorme privilegio de haber sido quien retiró a la más grande de la historia.